Driven. That was wonderful. The sounds of R.B.M. I want to thank them so much for joining us today. They are produced by Sister Soldier Happy Feet Entertainment, led by Sister Rajia Mujahid. She has been dancing for over 30 years, and she continues to teach young individuals and their families throughout the city of Charleston all the time. It was a very wonderful performance, and we thank them so much for joining us. Today, I welcome you to a very special day. Today is our Driven TV premiere. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Let me tell you a little bit about what Driven is. Driven is an opportunity to elevate and highlight our entrepreneurs and our artists from all over. All of our local artists here don't always get recognized, and this is an opportunity to share with the world how vital what they do is and share what they have to offer everyone. They have limitless potential that they want to share with all of you. I am ecstatic about this opportunity to share their gifts along with mine with you. Besides, today we're talking about your greatness, and who doesn't love talking about themselves? Sometimes I do. Joining me on stage today are very wonderful individuals that I met quite some time ago, and I have been dealing with them for a long time and enjoying their company and been on a wonderful journey with them. I would like you guys to give a very warm welcome to Demetria Crimshaw. She not only deals with It Works, but she is also a motivational speaker, an actress, and full of lovely personality. We also have joining with us Christopher Johnson, also known as the individual who does Moved by Words. Words of inspiration that he does on a daily basis that will move anyone. They help you connect with your soul, and they help you connect with yourself. I thank them all for joining us today. Y'all put your hands together and give a very warm welcome to Christopher Johnson and Demetria Crimshaw. Thank you so much once again for joining us here on Driven TV. I have with me once again Demetria Crimshaw and Christopher Johnson. Well, today, guys, we're going to be talking about something called your greatness. Well, I just want to know, Demetria, what does your greatness mean to you?
My greatness means to me is that I can be great to myself, but great to other people, and helping people accomplish their goals and their dreams. Because a lot of times growing up, I was told that I would never be anything, I wouldn't amount to anything, and I knew they were all lies, but you know, when you have that stigma in your head, you start to believe it. So what I did is I turned it around and made it positive and tell people that they can be more than what they are, and that's my greatness right there. That's wonderful. Don't y'all think so? Thank you.
What about you, Christopher? What does your greatness mean to you?
What my greatness means to me is I'm the same as she is. As far as growing up, I always knew that I was going to do something better than, you know what the average person does in their life. But through trials and errors, I fell away from that. But I always knew that I had something inside of me that was meant to prosper, and that came through my writing. It came through me speaking, writing motivational pieces to people. That's my greatness, to inspire others, because when I inspire others, it inspires me. When I write something motivational, I don't just write it for someone else, I write it for myself too, because I have to remember that same thing that I'm preaching to someone else. So that's my greatness.
That's awesome. So would you say that, yes, so would you say that, your experiences, it sounds like both of you guys had experiences in your life that may not have necessarily been the most positive, but you use those experiences to do something better for everyone else. So you helped kind of define your greatness through those experiences?
Yes, I did, for me, because growing up poor, growing up in the ghetto in Washington, D.C., my mom was an alcoholic. So going through those, seeing her abused, beaten up by her boyfriends, raped, and different things like that. And I had my little sister as well. We had to depend on ourselves to get through it and depend on others. So only thing that got me through and still gets me through is God, because without Him, I'm nothing. So talking to Him and me growing in Him, that's how I become greater for myself and be something more. Tell myself that I would never let the environment define who I am and what I am to become. I'm going to define what I'm going to become and let that environment see me as I am.
Wow, that's powerful. That is very powerful.
I'm going to use it.
So you're going to use that now to introduce yourself and things. Okay. Well, I think that is wonderful. You know, can you tell us a little bit more about what you do now specifically? What is your greatness?
Okay. My greatness is speaking to people, speaking life into people. That's what I do. Every time I'm at work or different places, people come up to me, they ask my advice, or I just see something going on, I go up to them and let them know that it's better out there. Just go ahead, rely on God, trust in God, because with trusting in God and knowing your main purpose in life, you can go ahead and talk to those people and motivate them to be better, because you are not what your circumstances or your situations create you to be. It's what you create out of those situations. You can make the situations a little bit better by being better yourself, and that's what I do. I'm also a victim advocate. I help with domestic violence, different things like that as well. So that's my passion, in just helping people and helping us to become. And when I do that, it makes me feel good, because I know where I came from and I know the potential of where people can go in life.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, you mentioned situations in our environment, and right now we are all aware of the environment that we're living in. There's a lot going on in our world right now. There's killing left and right. There's so much gun violence. There's so many lives, young and old, that are being taken on a daily basis, more than I've seen ever before. Now, with that, with what you do, as far as breathing life back into people, as far as sharing your experiences and sharing with people how it doesn't define you, Chris, what would you say your contribution, how can it change what's happening now?
Well, mine can, I'm a person that, like I said, I've gone through a lot of, I say, self-defeating processes in my life. You know, I was an alcoholic, so recovering alcoholic, 6 years, thank you.
But I'll give him a hand for that.
But from that, I learned how to overcome. I learned how to better myself each and every day. When I speak out and when I talk and when I do my motivational speaking, or I write my motivational pieces, it speaks to people of redefining yourself each and every day. You know, it talks about what you have to do as far as to better yourself, to get up and to inspire yourself, just yourself, because you can't really inspire someone else, really. Don't get me wrong, we all do and we can, but first person that we have to inspire is ourselves. If we cannot create the magic in us, we cannot create the magic in anyone else. You know, so I am all about transforming me, transforming who you are and what you've done and where you can go in life. That way that you can, when people see you, they know that, oh man, he came from such and such, and you don't have to be this way and you don't have to live that way. Oh, I can do that too, you know? So that is my contribution in that aspect. So.
All right, so that's great. So would you say that by being an example, that you can help others, inspire others, in a sense, to be a better example for themselves and for their families and their communities? And maybe if we start valuing life, because that's a word that you both used, life. I think now a lot of people have forgotten how to be people and they've forgotten how to love themselves and each other. And if you don't love yourself first, how can you love anyone else? How can you expect to value someone else's life when you have no appreciation for yours and your self-worth? So I think it's amazing that the two of you take your time to share your experiences, and you're brave. I commend you for that. You have shared your personal experiences with us and opened up to the world right now about who you are, what you came from, but who you are now and what you're going to be. And that in itself inspires me as an individual. It helps me to know that I can continue to push harder, that I can do better, that my daughter can still live and do better and have better. And there is still hope. Something we have forgotten about in this world. There is hope. It does exist, but it's got to start with you. Wouldn't you agree? It has to start with you.
Yes.
Thank you. I think you guys are amazing, and both of you, I've had the privilege to being on stage with and acting, and let me tell you, they are full of personality. Especially, I'm not going to mention any names, Demetria Crimshaw, but she is full.
What you talking about, girl?
See, she is full of a lot of personality. And I hope that each and every one of you have an opportunity to experience her one day and share those talents. See, I think it's amazing to be on stage because On stage, you're not really judged. You're stripped away of any character. You can be whoever you are, whoever you want to be, who you desire, even yourself. And on stage, it gives you somewhat of courage to reveal your truths, accept your truths, and then do something about them. So I appreciate and respect you guys. And I've had the opportunity once again share the stage with you. I appreciate you. Can I put you on the spot?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Chris, you have a lot of wonderful pieces that you've shared with us before. I've been to quite a few events that you have performed at, and I would love to know if you both have the opportunity or would like to share something with us now. Would you guys like to have that?
Yes.
All right. Well, we're going to be your cheerleaders, Chris.
Roger that, then.
Y'all give your hands together. Put them together for Christopher Johnson.
This piece that I'm going to do, it's about domestic violence. It's a touchy subject. It's, you know, how detrimental it is, especially in this state of South Carolina. My mother was a victim of domestic, violence. So when I wrote this piece, I wrote it in the voice of a woman. So it's speaking through the voice of a woman. So if you hear something in there, you might look at me and say, why did you write that? But that's why it is. So, but it's called, it's My Time to Live. My Time to Live. Why must I continue to follow the psychotic hand of a man starving for attention? At first, it seemed as if your timing was God sent. But after further review, each second parallels the witching hour from which demons roam freely, seeking to steal, kill, and destroy. But you are the picture-perfect form of manhood that quickly grabbed my attention, making my thighs weak. Swooned by your baby-faced curls, the unconscious nature which hangs over my spirit connects mind to body, blinded by your love, unconditional. But the faces of your love would quickly change from those big sentiments aiming to make you saint to the I'm sorry's of closed fists aiming to make you look like a fool. Purple hearts colored by brothers kin to Harpo, claiming to be Mr. M-I-S-T-E-R, period. Mister, is why I cry years of tears to my sister's ears. Lord, speak to me. For colored girls know that the face of disgrace is felt by queens of any race, because no one is immune to the blues that devil plays on that brass fiddle he whittles, strumming our chords to play songs of lamentations. I smile. Words from a father tell how your love is to mimic how his son loved the church. But your double-edged lips whispers lies, bruising my ego to weep. Too many hopeless years I've steered, wasting too much time on these two-bit rhymes from these little boys that chime from minds unable to see that they're free. So no more shall I endure to pour new wines in old skins, hoping they don't bust. For now I understand what love is. That's 4 letters coupled together, speaking of what this queen must have for me. God himself chose Adam's rib to be crowned about the hands of Esther, to show that women will always be a part of the elite, from the intimacy of washing of feet, from those oils boxed in alabaster. So with my head held high, again I must ask myself, why must I continue to follow the psychotic hand of a man starving for attention, when your rotted fruits lacks the substance to feed this divine hunger? Because what you're serving me now makes me sick. What you've planned for my harm, God uses to my good. So these mental scars you physically etched upon my frame in violence speaks volumes for the world to see, that no matter what he did, no matter what he said, in the end, God's victory will always cover me. Thank you.
That was phenomenal. And I just want to say thank you once again to Demetria Crimshaw and Christopher Johnson. Y'all give them a big round of applause. And when we come back, we're going to welcome back to the stage the sounds of RBM. So I want to say thank you. I can't wait to see you back on D.R.I.V.E.N. again for joining us here on Driven TV. So, and I've had the privilege to dance with Miss Regia and my RBM family as well. It has been an amazing journey. And what I think sets her apart is not only does she spend her time teaching the family unit, as she said, but she makes you a part of yours, a part of hers, and we embrace that. She shares with us all of our culture. We learn different languages as well. We learn about foods. We learn about a lot. And things that I may not know about and have experienced, she shares that with us. And I think that is amazing. Now, not only does she do this, but you still work as well.
Yes, yes. Oh, yeah, I work in Head Start, and there's children from infant to, well, this year, 3 years old. And I also teach the drum and dance to the young ones, and they love it. Yes, and the after-school kaleidoscope. I might be at your child's school and teach them from funga to what we have composed as part of RBM. Bala Bella tells the story of our culture here in Charleston, the Low Country. Everything is not from West Africa. It has this flair. After 33 years, the Lord spoke and said, now's your time, you can do it. So we have composed 6 song, dance, and rhythm. And you already heard the first one, and we'll be bringing back another one. But there are traditional dances and song and drum as well. But that would set us apart because we can do it ourselves.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you.
And you know what I think really is amazing is something that you said earlier. You talked about projecting the family unit on everyone, taking that wherever you go. I think that's wonderful, especially right now with what we do. Do you feel like it's important and it can have an impact on the things that are happening presently in our community?
Oh, yes, definitely. You know, I speak to the children because you don't know the background. All we know, they walk into the classrooms and you see the little ones and you don't know what's going on in their home. So it's very important because if we don't teach the root how to love each other, how to embrace each other, we can continue to have violence among the communities. And it doesn't only affect our community, it affects all communities. So that's what is important to me too.
That's right. I agree. You know, something that you also do annually that's going to be happening again on October 8th is you have an annual Stop the Violence concert. And you bring so many people out throughout the entire community that come. And what I love about it is it doesn't matter your race, color, or creed. It is for everyone to come and be a part of. Can you tell us a little more about this, the Stop the Violence concert?
Yes, it stemmed from my nephew getting killed on my anniversary, well, graduation in 2014. And when he got killed, it really impacted my life. I've been changed ever since. And I'm still hurting about it, but the Lord said, do something about it. So that's what the Stop the Violence is all about. And not only the killing, but domestic violence. I know a great deal about that as well. Being raped or molested, all these things covers under violence. So that's what the program was all about. I'm sad that it took my nephew to get killed like that, you know, in a way that it hurt both sides of the family, because the guy that did it is family also. So that prompt Stop the Violence. So this year we're adding Stop the Cancer and also Stop the Alzheimer. Both of all those 3 entities affected me because it's my family that it touched.
Thank you so much, Ms. Regia. I applaud you for it, definitely.
Thank you.
And something else I really appreciate is, you know, your family that's sitting around, our family that's sitting right here with you. Do you guys have fun with RBM? Yes, yes.
A little louder.
Yes. Well, 2 of our brothers here, they should have fun. I have fun with them. They have had a very special opportunity with the Sounds of RBM where they've taught a dance. Don't you have a dance that's catered to just around them? You guys created one, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what is that dance?
The Battle of the African Goma. They came to me and said, Nana, this is what we got. And they showed it to me. And I went on the drum and added the music to it. And here come that part of Stop the Violence as well. The Battle of the African Goma. Whereas children, when they do it, we trying to teach. You don't have to fight each other. Let's dance it out. And the main rule is you cannot touch each other. You just compete against each other. And we want to show ain't nothing wrong with competition, but you don't have to hurt each other through jealousy and envy.
That's right. Y'all, that's amazing. Y'all give them a hand for that. Thank you. I just thank you guys for your time and your patience. And it's just amazing to see all of y'all. I just want y'all to know that I'm very proud of each and every one of you. You guys are making history right now, even sitting here on this stage, sharing with your peers that it's okay to let what's inside of you, your greatness, your creativity, what you enjoy doing for free, out, because it is you, it's a part of you, and it makes a big difference. And your example right now is going to break barriers. So y'all, please give them a big hand for what they're doing right here, right now.
Thank you. We're proud to be here.
Yes, Ms. Regia, thank you so much for doing what you do and doing it for over 33 years, and you're still going. So thank you for your legacy that you are doing right now. Thank you. I'll give them a big hand.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Driven TV. We certainly applaud Sister Regia Mujahid from the Sounds of RBM. She is amazing. 33 years and still going, teaching families and children all over. I am proud and honored to be sitting and standing right next to you, and I applaud what you do. Now, coming to the stage with me are two amazing individuals representing a delicate treat. Not only do they do wonderful cooking, they make art as they cook, with a touch of class. So I ask you to welcome to the stage Classy C's Catering. Welcome to the stage, Classy C's Catering, everybody. Y'all give them a big hand. But I just want to say thank y'all for joining me. And can you tell me a little bit about who you are and what you do?
First off, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
We are Classy C Catering, and we provide classic cuisine food. And we were inspired by the passing of my grandmother, who died of intestinal stomach cancer. So that's what we provide as our service.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'm sorry to hear about your grandmother, but I'm glad that her legacy is something that you were inspired to cook about, y'all. Isn't that, see, once again, somebody took their journey and their experience and they used it for something positive. Y'all give her a hand for that. And I thank you for having the courage for sharing with us as well. So tell me, about how old were you when you started cooking?
I started cooking like at a young age. Cooking has always brought our family together. So seriously doing it probably around 19. Changed my career. I went to culinary school for 2 years, and then started my business from there.
That's amazing. And tell me a little bit about yourself, sir. You're over there hiding. Don't hide from us. You have a very important contribution to this as well. Tell us about it.
Well, my name is Trent. I do the social media and do the photography, and I also help whenever we have events with Classy C. I actually just started working with her this year at the partnership, and we've just been working together, you know, being out in the community, helping even with the churches and everything like that, helping with the different events like that. So that's just basically my role, just to be there, to be a support, because it's very important especially for young black entrepreneurs to have support. And that's a lot of times that's when businesses start failing, because they don't have support. So I'm just here, you know, to support and just to make sure she can achieve her dreams as a culinary catering service.
I'll give them a hand for that. Yes. Now, as an entrepreneur, even though you have that support, would you say sometimes it gets hard?
Yes, especially as an African American woman, especially when I applied to school or worked in some of the top-notch restaurants around here. You are always told no, that you can't do. First, I'm black, and then I'm a woman at that, and I'm surrounded by men all the time. So I always try to tell young girls that you can do it. You can achieve your goals. You know, I always try to motivate them and inspire them, despite what the world may tell you. You know, you have to go on what God told you to, because you always have a purpose in life. There's always a purpose, and you always have to motivate yourself to do better.
I agree. Thank you. Thank you. But what you're doing right now shows us that boundaries can be broken. Families can stick together. We don't have to continue to be separated, as culturally it seems that we continue to do, but we can still be together. And we are strong together. I think what you're doing right now and sitting here sharing with us that you can overcome situations, how you may feel, what has impacted your life, and continue to break those boundaries is commendable. And it is going to change and save many lives. So thank you for sharing your art and your gifts with us. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Y'all give it up one more time for Classy C's Catering. Watering. My mouth may be watering just a little bit. I apologize now. But their food is wonderful. It is truly a work of art. There's not too many places you can go, especially in the African American community, and say, you know what, this is truly taste with a touch of class. So congratulations to you both. There you are. Thank you.